Angel Reese did things last night I'm not sure we've ever seen on a basketball court. I was like, is this real? Did this happen?
Angel Reese had one of the most disappointing performances of her career, and it wasn't just the stats that stood out. Her meltdown on the court was hard to watch. From careless play to unnecessary aggression, Reese's performance was a total disaster, leaving everyone stunned.
The Lunar Owls crushed the Rose BC, and Angel, well, she did some rather interesting things on the court. And Napheesa Collier, well, look now, one thing we could say, they are not afraid of Angel Reese and the Rose BC, because after hitting the game-winning shot, Napheesa had some real words towards Angel Reese.
But the best part? Napheesa Collier had had enough of Reese's antics and made sure to teach her a lesson in the most dominant way possible. If you're looking for a masterclass on how to silence a trash talker, this is it. Stick around as we break down every unforgettable moment that revealed Angel Reese for what she truly is. A player more focused on drama than actual basketball. And believe me, the numbers say it all.
Angel Reese looks like a very dirty move under the basket.
First spot, draws two, sling it, Reese!
Angel Reese entered the game full of her usual confidence, acting like she was ready to dominate. But it didn't take long for it to become clear that she was more focused on showboating than actually helping her team. Instead of playing smart, she spent the game trying to intimidate her opponents, tossing reckless passes, and making one poor decision after another.
She's going to go in, and then after she hits it, she's going to bark her head off at Angel Reese.
Eight to shoot, Tiggins Smith, matched up by Gray.
Right
Sights
there,
to the ball. Collier
game winner. Look at her. She's
12-1.
talking mad shit.
Queen bee
Mad shit.
Angel Reese was on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating bumps.
Let's dive into the numbers because honestly they're pretty hilarious. Reese turned the ball over 7 times. Yep, you read that right, 7. And these weren't just small mistakes. These were some of the most absurd errors you'll ever see at the professional level. At one point, she threw the ball straight into the backboard, then rebounded her own pass like she was playing a solo game of catch, only to stand there looking bewildered as if she couldn't believe what had just happened.
Angel Reese rebounded her own pass. I saw this and was like, this can't be real. Angel Reese thought she was playing dodgeball out there.
Reese's overconfidence got the best of her as she took some of the most laughable shots imaginable, completely missing the mark. When she wasn't throwing up air balls, she was trying to play bully ball, constantly shoving and body-checking Napheesa Collier in a desperate attempt to get under her skin.
Angel was 8 for 16 for 17 points, 10 boards last night, 7 damn turnovers. Napheesa Collier right here, 7 of 16. She had 16 points, 9 rebounds, but she had the most important thing, the game winner last night.
But here's where the real fun begins. Instead of letting Reese's antics rattle her, Collier did exactly what a true pro does. She stayed focused, locked in on the game, and exposed Reese for the pretender she is. Every time Reese tried to get physical, Collier fired back in the best way possible, by lighting it up on the scoreboard.
I mean, Angel Reese is out there looking like a UFC fighter.
If you're a hoops fan, if you're a basketball fan, and you watch this, I don't give a shit if you are an Angel Reese fan. You can't tell me this is not egregious.
They're doing everything they have to do to sell this league.
Angel Reese's desperation hit a breaking point when she attempted one of the clumsiest defensive plays of the game. Trying to force her way into position, she lost her footing completely and flopped to the ground like a bad actor in a low-budget film. The best part? The refs weren't having it. No whistle, no foul, just a cringeworthy moment that had fans shaking their heads.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures and promoting things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Social media wasted no time roasting her for the laughable flop, with fans pointing out that for all her talk about being a tough physical player, she sure went down easy when it suited her. It was another brutal reminder that while Reese loves playing the villain, she doesn't exactly shine when the pressure's on. Instead of stepping up and proving her dominance, she resorted to antics that only made her look more out of place.
This is Angel Reese, the content creator side. It's pretty clear basketball is her top priority. I cannot imagine how anybody could view this athlete in any other way. It's clear basketball is front and foremost. This is all helping with things like shooting better from the field and missing layups. She has no rhythm, just like she can't make a layup. Practice layups. OnlyFans incoming.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier stayed locked in. She didn't get caught up in the nonsense. Her performance spoke for itself. While Reese was flailing around trying to make headlines for all the wrong reasons, Collier was calmly delivering bucket after bucket, showing exactly why she's one of the best in the game. Every time Reese tried to get under her skin, Collier responded with nothing but pure basketball excellence. And just when you thought Reese's night couldn't get any worse, she made one final laughable mistake. With a chance to help her team mount a comeback, she panicked under pressure and threw a pass straight into the hands of an opponent. Another turnover, another wasted possession, and yet another moment of pure humiliation.
I think Angel's more concerned about being an influencer, content creator, over being a better basketball player. This was her taking pictures, hanging out with some rappers and producers, etc.
You think you could get a bucket in this format, full court 3-on-3?
You don't think I can get a bucket?
Yeah.
If Angel Reese on my team, yeah.
Hell yeah.
By the end of the game, the contrast between the two players was undeniable. Collier was the definition of professionalism, poised, disciplined, and clutch. Reese, she was nothing more than an overhyped player who let her emotions take over. It was a night to forget for Reese, but for fans who've been watching her antics all season, it was just more proof that she's far from the superstar she likes to think she is. This loss wasn't just another game. It was a glaring exposure of her reckless, undisciplined play. While she's built her brand on trash talk and drama, games like this highlight why she's not in the same conversation as true stars like Collier or Caitlin Clark. The difference between talk and talent was put on full display, and Reese walked away with nothing but yet another embarrassing loss.
You got to see this clip. Runs down court with the basketball, 3-4 steps ahead of everybody, has an easy layup, and throws it to the girl behind her. No skills.
So Lexi Hull's right here, right? She's going to come out here. She gets the ball, going to pass it into Angel. Look at this, folks. That's Lexi Hull. Wide ass open. Does she get the ball? Angel not only did not pass the ball back out to Lexi Hull, but she missed another freaking layups.
Reese, never one to take responsibility for her mistakes, immediately went into damage control mode. Instead of owning up to her reckless play and poor performance, she deflected, pointing fingers at everyone except herself. The refs, her teammates, the coaching staff, even the court itself. Everything was to blame except for the one person actually responsible for her disastrous night. It was classic Reese behavior. Act tough, play recklessly, and when things don't go her way, shift the blame and play the victim.
To keep going, it's hard. Like, it is hard. To live my life isn't easy. And I don't want to get emotional, but like, that's why I put the work in every day. Cause like, there are little girls that look up to me. There are the college girls that look up to me, and just being able to be an inspiration every day. So that's why I just try to keep going through all the negativity. At 22, it's hard living this life, but I'm grateful. I'm blessed. And I'm lucky to be around this group, and being here in Arrival has just been the best thing for me.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier and the Lunar Owls were celebrating, and rightly so. Collier had done exactly what a true leader does. Stayed focused, played smart basketball, and delivered when it mattered most. She didn't need to rely on cheap shots or trash talk. Her game spoke for itself. While Reese was busy flailing around and arguing with the refs, Collier was leading her team to victory with poise and precision. And when the moment came to silence Reese for good, Collier made sure to deliver, with a game-winning shot and a well-earned celebration right in Reese's face.
3 weeks into the season and Unrivaled is struggling to sell out a studio that seats 800 people?
At some point, TNT Sports is going to be like, we ain't making no money because we ain't got no ratings. And I mean, they don't have any ratings, and she's not pulling them. She had a game last Saturday, didn't even make 80,000 viewers. This person said you complain about everything. Professional life is different, and you can't seem to handle it.
And let's not forget the internet. Social media had an absolute field day with Reese's meltdown. The memes started rolling in almost immediately. fans roasted her 7 turnovers, missed layups, and of course her final possession disaster. Some even joked she was trying to set a record for the most embarrassing plays in a single game. One tweet summed it up perfectly. Angel Reese talks like she's Shaq but plays like a YMCA hooper who just learned the rules. Others pointed out how Reese's entire game is built on unnecessary aggression rather than actual skill. And this performance was just more proof of that. But here's where it gets even worse for Reese. The WNBA is watching. Coaches, analysts, and even her own teammates are starting to see the pattern. Her reckless play isn't helping anyone. It's not winning games, it's not improving her skills, and it's certainly not earning her respect from the league's top players. Instead, it's making her a liability. If she doesn't adjust her game soon, she might find herself getting fewer minutes. Or worse, becoming just another overhyped player who never lived up to the talk.
Have some sportsmanship, seriously. Now, she's still acting up and running her mouth right here. She's pointing out, look, you're running your mouth. Get out of here. The referee said, I'm not listening to your smart-ass mouth. Get out of here. Unbelievable. Black History Month. Y'all know I had to be the first. Seriously. So she just claimed that she got thrown out because she's a victim of racism.
When it's not going well for you, claim racism.
She came out, made it about race, and got crushed.